You asked for it, and we are back. 5-minute Dollar Tree DIYs. And for this DIY, we're going to take this 8x10 frame, and then I have this really cool bag. I grabbed this bag from a store called Daiso, and I've had it for a while. I think it's for like potatoes or onions or, fruit, stuff like that for the kitchen. It was all in Chinese, so I don't really know exactly what it was on the packaging. But when I saw it, I knew that I needed to grab these because I thought that they could be really fun for a DIY. So with this particular one, because there is a crease across here, I need to go ahead and iron that out of there. And I'm just going to use my little mini iron from Cricut. You can use any kind of iron. You could even use your, regular iron for this if you wanted to. I even thought about possibly just crinkling the bag all together and then just kind of giving it that really cool kind of aged look as well. I think either one of these could be really, really cute. I just loved the print that was on here, and I thought that this would actually look really, really amazing in my kitchen. I have a small little space kind of near my coffee maker, and I was thinking that I could have something in here that would be really, really cool and really, really beautiful. So as I'm kind of ironing out here, I am using a little bit of pressure, and you can see that those wrinkles do kind of start to come out of that bag, which is really, really great. So I'm going to take the frame apart, and this particular 8x10 frame did come with this matting that's in here, and the matting is not going to be big enough for the design. As you can see here, it's going to kind of cut things off. And I did want to go ahead and get as much of this as I can into this frame. So I'm going to go ahead and forego the matting this time, and we're going to go ahead and just use the solid frame. And to be honest, when I was kind of shopping for this, I did know that I just needed an 8x10 frame, and that one with the kind of matting on it was really the only one that was available. I'm going to go ahead and take the glass out of here, and I'm just going to pop it on top of the design here. And this is great because I can use that to kind of trace around to make sure that I've got the right size for my frame here. And I'm just going to go ahead and take some scissors, and we're going to go ahead and just cut along the lines here. Not only did I put a line here on the bottom, but I did one on the sides as well that you're going to see here in just a second when I start trimming those. And I am going to go ahead and just kind of even up this bottom here because it was not as straight as it could have been. There's not very many things I do that are straight these days. But anyway, we are going to now go ahead and cut those other lines once I kind of lined everything up and got everything straight. Then we're going to go ahead and just kind of trim everything up. And this is such an easy DIY, and it's such a cool way to take something that would be very, very expensive and just kind of, make it your own. And I am going to put that matting back in there because that's going to take up some of that extra space that's in there. And then I always kind of put those, those filler kind of photos in that come with frames back in there as well, because it just kind of helps kind of thicken everything up a little bit. And as you can see, when this is done, this is so, so cute. I love the way that this looks in the kitchen. This is absolutely fantastic, and I'm very, very happy with this very easy DIY. So for this next one, you're going to need 2 of these gold frames. These are also 8x10 frames, and go ahead and separate them, of course, and take them apart. You will see that this particular insert is kind of thin, and you can see the pattern on the other side of it. So I'm going to take some stock paper, some scrapbook paper, and I'm going to use it. I'm just going to use the white side, and then I've got this great butterfly sticker that I have from Dollar Tree, and I really loved the way these kind of oversized butterfly wings were, and I thought this could make a really, really beautiful DIY. So I'm going to use the frame, and I'm going to be tracing around once again. And remember that scrapbook paper, I'm only using it for the white side of that. There is a pattern on the other side of this, but that pattern just doesn't go with what I'm doing, and I have a ton of this particular scrapbook paper, so I'm going to go ahead and use this up. Now, if you have white printer paper, if you have just a plain white contact paper, or any kind of white paper, you could certainly do that instead of kind of using a piece of scrapbook paper like I'm doing. Now, these butterflies guys, you do want to kind of start to peel away at the largest part of these wings, because there are lots of little tiny details and little twists and points and different things that will tear on you if you're not very careful. So we're going to go ahead and stick our butterfly down, but I'm not going to put it right on the edge because there is a little bit of a lip on that frame, and I want to make this as not seamless. I don't really know what the right word is, but when you see it kind of together, you'll kind of understand what I'm doing here. But you're going to leave a little bit of a lip, a little bit of an allowance there for this space, and for that frame space rather. And then you're going to repeat that with the second one. And then for the second one, again, kind of being just very, very careful. I actually almost tore this one as I was kind of peeling it away, and just kind of regroup and repeal, find another spot to start peeling it from, and just being very, very careful not to tear this and not to kind of rip it all together. And then I'm going to line it up and again leave a little bit of a space there for an allowance and try and kind of eyeball that. You could certainly measure it if you wanted to. And then we're going to go ahead and just push that down, make sure that that's good and secure. And now you've got a butterfly that kind of looks like this, and I think you kind of know where I'm going with this. Now we're going to go ahead and take our frame. You can see that other side of that scrapbook paper now. It's cute, but it was needed for this. And I'm going to go ahead and just put the other one in as well, just making sure that the butterflies are together. How beautiful and cute is this? I absolutely love this. It did not photograph as well as it looked when I was doing it as a DIY, but I'm really, really happy with this. I would probably hang them a little bit closer together though. What do you guys think? Now for this next one, we're going to take these two rings that I've got from Dollar Tree. They come in a 3-pack. I've already used the other kind of medium-sized one for another DIY. I've also got some beads there that just kind of resting in that canvas so they don't roll around. Now on these rings, there's a little bit of a area here where they're kind of welded together, and I'm just going to clip that with my alignment pliers, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to feed my beads here. So originally I was just going to use all of these kind of natural wood beads, and then the more I kind of played around with it and just kind of started looking at it and kind of knowing what flowers and ribbons and all that kind of thing I was going to be using, I decided that I would actually mix this up a little bit. And I ended up kind of honestly putting these beads on probably 3 or 4 times. So now you can see that I've got some black and some brown ones, or those kind of tan ones. And I just sealed everything back together with a little bit of glue. And now I'm just kind of taping everything together on this side. And for the tape, I'm actually going to go ahead and put a very kind of larger amount of tape on this, rather than just kind of taking I could have taken like a little piece of string or twine and just kind of wrap those together. But I wanted that tape to be kind of thick because I knew I was going to be adding these floral pieces. Now, this one floral piece, or these 2 floral pieces, are kind of long and traily, and they're kind of perfect for this kind of wreath form because you can also kind of shape them around a little bit. And I thought that they were just really, really cool. And then for these, I'm going to tie these on, but as you can see, that twine, that was very thin twine. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this to a thicker twine to tie these together. That Dollar Tree twine is getting thinner and thinner, it feels like. I'm going to go ahead and tie these, not quite pull it quite as hard as I did the last time. And the idea here is to leave enough of the string, that way I can kind of wrap the rest of the floral pieces on here. So I've got some of these boxwood stems. It was one package of stems that I just kind of cut into, I think there were 6 pieces, so I put 3 on each side. And then I've got these white flowers. I'm going to go ahead and tie these on as well. And don't worry, I do go back and kind of trim off some of those stems, as you can see here. And I've got this really cute bundle. And then I'm going to take this great bow. I did get this on Amazon. I am not a great bow maker, although if you follow Jennifer from Little Bit of Common Crazy, she has a fantastic bow video you should watch. But how beautiful is this on my front door? I really, really love the way that this looks. I love the pop of color, and it's just fantastic. Now, speaking of fantastic, This next one I'm going to do is also going to incorporate these long stringy pieces that are kind of tangled together here. So we're just going to kind of separate those and put those aside. And then I've got this frame and I've got some more white flowers, as you see there. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. We're going to keep that little clothespin, and we'll save that for something else. And then for this, I've got these home signs. These are just kind of those laser cut home signs. I grabbed one of them out of the package. They do come with 2 per package. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this purple. Now, the day that I'm doing this is actually my grandmother's birthday, and her favorite color is purple, and or was purple, I should say. She passed away, and I wanted to do something that was just kind of, a little bit of a memory for her. And again, if this was something that I could give to my grandmother, I know that she would love it because it's in this beautiful purple color. And I just wanted to, again, just kind of do something that had a little bit of color out there that was out of my ordinary blue color. And then, of course, something that would look really, really good. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this footage, and we're going to just kind of paint the rest of this. By the way, these paint pens are from Arteza. I love these paint pens. They're acrylic paint pens, and they work really, really, really good. So if you don't have any of these, you should definitely look into getting these. These might be linked in my description box below. I will check before I post this video, and if not, I will go ahead and link some for you guys. They're a great set. I think there's like a 24 pack and there's maybe even a 36 pack. You should definitely get these. And by the way, if you're loving this video, definitely like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff down below. So I put that home sign off to the side to let that paint dry. And then I'm going to take these pieces that are still constantly being twisted together, and we're going to go ahead and wire these onto our circular frame there. And the idea here is that we can do this really, really easily with some green floral wire. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one because it wasn't quite as thick as that other one. And I'm just going to go ahead and literally take some green floral wire, and we're just going to start wrapping around at different points of this. Now, the idea is that you'd have this kind of curvature all around the ring there, and you could certainly choose to wrap it completely all the way around, or you could just wrap it kind of halfway. You'll kind of see that I think I probably do like 3/4 of the way. So go ahead and trim off the stems, and then you're just going to take your floral wire. And I grabbed this floral wire, by the way, at Dollar Tree, and every time I see this, I do grab some because it's great to have on hand, and I love to use it, especially with wreaths and things, because it can be temporary and you can easily cut this off. You could trim this off. For the wire here, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of apply it to this kind of base part of this kind of floral piece, if that makes any sense. Hopefully the words aren't making sense, but hopefully you see on screen what I'm doing. And then I'm going to start to wire it in various spots. I don't want this to feel like it's completely wrapped around there. I want it to almost feel like it's kind of naturally growing. That's why I'm just kind of holding down certain parts of it. And by the way, the speed of this was sped up just a little bit. I didn't want you to think all of a sudden I got bionic creativity here and crafting abilities. I'm close though, I think, right? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and just also add these white flowers and then just kind of trimming those up. When I did wrap that original kind of green piece around there, I did also leave a little bit of longer kind of wire pieces so I could also just kind of feed in the floral pieces there, and then just kind of play around with those leaves that are on the white flowers. You can certainly take them off if you wanted to. And again, the idea here is that these flowers are just kind of growing and, you know, going around the whole trail. If you happen to pull off any of the green pieces or anything, don't worry about that. You can always add them back on. And I'm just going to continue to kind of wrap these around and then kind of trimming any of that excess wire and even any of the stems that might be out there. And the idea is that, again, this is just kind of organically growing and just kind of flowing around the ring here, and just kind of making this really, really beautiful. I think that there's a lot of really cool things that you could do with these frames. I'm actually going to try and pick up more of these because I could really see like a very beautiful fall DIY done with these, especially with those like wheatgrass sprays that they sell at Dollar Tree. That could be really, really beautiful, and especially if you wrapped all the way around this. I think that this is a pretty versatile DIY that you can grab. And I mean, I'm using floral wire, so if I don't find any more of these, I could certainly always trim that wire off and then just reuse this for another project in the future. And, you know, the idea here, again, is just to continue to wrap this around. And when you do have it wrapped around, you will see how beautiful it looks here. And now we're going to go ahead and take that purple home sign, and we're just going to add a little bit of glue onto kind of the touch points of this. And we're going to glue this down to the frame. When that's done, how beautiful is this? I absolutely love this. I know my grandmother would love it as well, and I hope you guys like it also.